Join me as I dive deep into the mind-blowing post-credit scene of Deadpool and Wolverine to uncover what really happened. The post-credit scene of Deadpool and Wolverine is one of the most talked-about moments in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's a scene that has left fans scratching their heads, wondering what it means for the future of these iconic characters. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the scene, explore its significance, and uncover what really happened. The scene itself is brief, but packed with implications. We see Deadpool, seemingly in a new timeline, approaching a grave with Wolverine's name on it. It's a moment that raises more questions than it answers, and has sparked a frenzy of speculation among fans. But before we get into all that, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. This scene is a game-changer for the Marvel Universe, and it's essential to understand its context. In the wake of Avengers: Endgame, the Marvel Cinematic Universe is entering a new phase. We're seeing new characters emerge, old characters take on new roles, and the very fabric of reality being rewritten. The post-credit scene of Deadpool and Wolverine is a key part of this new landscape, and it's going to have far-reaching consequences. But to fully appreciate its significance, we need to explore the confusion and speculation that's surrounding it. One of the biggest questions on everyone's minds is, what's the deal with Wolverine's grave? Is this an alternate timeline? Has Wolverine really bitten the dust? The possibilities are endless, and fans are already coming up with some wild theories. Some think it's a nod to the comic book storyline Old Man Logan, where Wolverine dies in a dystopian future. Others believe it's a clever trick, and we'll see Wolverine return in a future movie. Another thing that's got people talking is the implications for future storylines. If this is indeed a new timeline, what does that mean for the X-Men franchise? Will we see a reboot of the entire series? And what about Deadpool's role in all this? Is he still the same foul-mouthed, masked merc we know and love, or has something fundamental changed? The scene has also sparked debate about the nature of reality in the Marvel Universe. Are we seeing a branching timeline, or has the fabric of reality been altered in some way? These are the kinds of questions that keep fans up at night, and we're going to explore them in more depth. But before we dive into the nitty-gritty of the scene itself, let's take a step back and look at the history of Deadpool and Wolverine's interactions. In the comics, these two characters have had a long and complicated relationship. They've clashed, they've teamed up, and they've even been part of the same team. But their dynamic is complex, and it's essential to understand it if we want to make sense of the post-credit scene. In the comics, Deadpool and Wolverine first met way back in 1993, in the pages of X-Force. At the time, Deadpool was still a relatively new character, and Wolverine was already an established hero. Their initial meeting was, to say the least, rocky. Deadpool was trying to prove himself as a hero, and Wolverine was having none of it. But over time, they developed a begrudging respect for each other. One of the most significant storylines featuring Deadpool and Wolverine is the Cable and Deadpool series from the early 2000s. This is where we see the two characters really come into their own, and their banter becomes one of the highlights of the series. We see Deadpool's constant need for validation, and Wolverine's reluctance to give it to him. But despite their differences, they develop a strong bond, and it's a key part of their dynamic. In the movies, we've seen hints of this dynamic, but it's never been fully explored. Until now, that is. The post-credit scene of Deadpool and Wolverine is a game-changer, and it's going to have major implications for their relationship moving forward. One of the most engaging parts of the post-credit scene is the way it sets up the possibility of a new dynamic between Deadpool and Wolverine. We've seen them interact before, but this is different. This is a chance for them to start anew, to forge a new bond in the midst of a chaotic universe. And that's what makes this scene so exciting. The implications of this scene are huge. We're seeing a new era of Marvel movies, one that's willing to take risks and push boundaries. And at the center of it all is Deadpool and Wolverine, two characters who are ready to shake things up. But what does it all mean? That's the question on everyone's mind. Is this a new beginning, or a clever trick? The answer, much like the scene itself, is open to interpretation. Let's summarize the key points we've discussed today. We've explored the confusion surrounding the post-credit scene, delved into the history of Deadpool and Wolverine's interactions, and analyzed the implications of this game-changing moment. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think the post-credit scene means for the future of Deadpool and Wolverine? Let me know, and check out my other videos for more Marvel insights.